So in the next part of this tutorial, you're going to see that I actually rearranged some of my different elevation views so they worked a little bit better together. I decided to make my level 1 a bit smaller, and I went ahead and I placed my other elevation views. A couple things that you want to keep in mind is make sure that your datums are lined up or as consistent as possible. That makes everything look a little bit better. I know that mine here are not quite perfect, but I can show you how to get there. So let's say that you want to adjust the length of these datums. All you need to do is just go ahead and activate the view, and you should be able to drag your different datums over to put them in a place where you want them. So these now align with each other. You can do the same thing over here. Activate your datums. Oops. And then you should be able to also move them back just a little bit, like that. Now, the other thing I want to show you in this tutorial is how to place a 3D view and how to place a section view. So if I go to my 3D views here in my project browser, I already have a 3D view that's active, and that's going to be my 3D view that I most recently kept. If yours looks a little weird or it's a little bit twisted, go ahead and just make sure your 3D view is active and click on the Home button. And then you can zoom in however you'd like. I want to showcase my windows, so I'm going to turn it around like this. So then I'm going to go back to my sheet. I'm going to simply drag my 3D view in here and place it. Now there's a couple of things that I don't want to see. I don't need to see my datums, but if I go ahead and re-enter my 3D view and go into my view crop region, I can actually crop all of those things out just like this. And make sure my hide crop region is clicked again, and then you'll see that's been updated in my title block. I'm also going to move this right back up here. I'm going to make sure it's in line with my level 1. You get that little blue mark that snaps it into place, and then I'll hover over and drag at the end to decrease the size as well. So the last part of this tutorial is showing you how to make a section view. So I'm going to go back to my level 1 floor plan, and I'm going to do a section view of my wall. So you're going to go over to my View tab, go to Section, click on the inside, and click on the outside. That will create your section. Scroll down under your project browser, maximize sections, double click on Section 1, and you're going to see a section view of your house. So a couple of things that you want to take note of here. You can't see any of the details in the wall. So you might want to change your settings to Fine to add a little bit more detail, and also change your visual style to Hidden Line or Wireframe. And this will allow you to see some more of the details within the roof. Now, the other thing that's also affecting this is the fact that my scale is a little bit small. So you may choose to make your scale a bit larger, where you can see some more of the finer details. Additionally, if you wanted to go into consistent colors or even realistic, you'll see my drywall, my studs, my sheathing, and my exterior siding, as well as my rafters. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it as this. I'm going to decrease the size of this view just a little bit. And I'm actually going to change it back to Hidden Line. And in my shed project, I'm going to drag in my section view and place it. And you're going to see that it's actually a little bit too big. So at this point, go ahead and just make it a little bit smaller. That works a little bit better. We can move this, make this smaller. Make sure our hide section view is off. And while this is now a little bit congested on the page, it may be beneficial to actually resize some of these elevation views. so your section view has a better fit. For example, these datums may be able to be moved just a little bit, so you can make some more room for the section view. Like that. And you can also see that my section view is now visible in my west elevation as well as my east. So some popular things with a section view is you can actually use this view to annotate the different components. So if you want to annotate, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can go over here to the Annotate tab, and you can actually use your text option with different leader lines. So for example, if I wanted to label this exterior, I could say sheathing, 1/2 inch. And you're going to see that my text is pretty large. So I can go ahead and click on my sheathing, go to my text option. You may have some default options here that are suitable for you. If you don't, you can go to Edit Type and check the size. I can do another annotation with another leader, indicate that on top of my sheathing, I have siding. That's 1/2 inch. Again, click on my text. And my computer's freezing. I'm sorry about that. And change it to the size that you want. And you can go ahead and do this with all the different components of your wall. You can add in different annotations and textures, but this is a beginning to make your final title block. When you are done and when you are ready to print, you can simply go to File, Export, or Save As, and you can save it as a PDF. You could also go to Print, which allows you to print your selected sheets, where you can go in here, select your A101 shed project, and send it directly to your printer, which is another option for you. Thank you so much for watching.